Hi guys, Lucy aka the Watchbox Diaries here. Welcome to my channel. Thanks to the guys at Bell&Ross boutique in London. If you're around about the area, make sure you pop in. They're really helpful, really sweet people. I have managed to get my very large hands on their black skeletonized lume. It is a fully ceramic limited edition of 500 pieces, so really lucky. I did ask over social media if you guys had any questions, so I'll try and address those as we go through this review. So let's get into it. As usual, I'm going to whiz through the specs first. So this comes in at 41mm with a thickness of 11.2mm. Unfortunately, you did ask me the weight of this and I forgot to do it. Yes, I had one job and I failed you. Please forgive me. This is a simple time-only piece, so you've got your hours, your minutes, your seconds. It has a screw-down crown with 100 meters of water resistance. It uses the BR-0322-1 automatic movement, which comes with a power reserve of 54 hours. As I mentioned earlier, it is a ceramic case, so case and bracelet, both ceramic, and it is matte black, sandblasted, just looks cool. Now the first thing that I appreciate in this watch is its sizing. At 41mm, it is on the bigger side of watch sizings for me. I normally draw the line around about 40mm when I start talking about the BR-05. But because, I guess, of the square case and those really nicely curved, almost non-existent lugs, it wraps around the wrist really nicely and it really helps with the visual aesthetics of those dimensions. I have a 6.2 inch wrist. This is how it wears on me, and honestly it will so much better than I was expecting it to. I think they got the proportions of everything spot on with this piece. It's all just really well designed, and I love a square case. I like things that are a little bit different when they're done well. I'm looking at you, Patek. Sometimes it can look a little bit clumpy, but I really appreciated how smooth that taper is, so the transition between case and bracelet, well done. Delving further into the design, specifically the dial, skeletonized dials can look so busy and just completely detract away from the rest of the watch and the point of the watch, which is to read the time. This one is recessed enough, and it's such a well-balanced colourway that they've used between the black and steel that it doesn't immediately draw the eye straight to the movement, to the skeletonized movement, so it actually increases the legibility of the watch. I'd also like to point out that although I did not have this under a macro lens, I did look at it rather close to my face. And the brushing on the movement is actually also really well done, so yeah, appreciate that as well. The whole dial design is just stepped really nicely. Everything is so well proportioned. I'm probably going to say that about 1 million times throughout this video, but there's depth within it, and it's such a fine line between there having a lot going on, which this could have, but it's so well balanced that to me it's just perfectly cohesive. Perfectly cohesive. If, like me, you don't necessarily need lume, but you really appreciate it and you find entertainment in lume, this is a really good watch. It is crisp, it is clean, it is bright, and also, which some brands seem to forget, they've actually painted the second hand, which I appreciated. Now, ceramic is known for being a very tough material. As this is a sample watch, I did not test that out, but add that to the black and it just screams stealth mode. It just screams tough, stealth. And then on top of that, it's sandblasted, so it just gives this rugged, real badass aesthetic. Oh, almost forgot, one of the other things that I really love about the design, the crystal / bezel. So it is slightly raised, and the facet of the crystal, it just plays with the light so nicely. You get a little shimmer going on. It is totally in contrast to all of that black. It gives depth and presence, but in such a subtle way. Oh, and for all of you OCD people out there, all of the screws align perfectly in the middle of the watch. It's just so aesthetically pleasing. So my biggest gripe with this watch is actually the bracelet. The links just have quite a lot of space in between. There's quite a lot of play within it. It has almost that vintage Seiko jangle, if any of you know what I mean. Also, something that I found a little bit strange is that there's no branding whatsoever on the bracelet. So usually you'd expect to have a logo or just something on the clasp, the inner clasp, even the underside of the bracelet. And on this, there's absolutely nothing. It almost feels like it could have come from anywhere. Now, I understand that you can see the majority of the movement from the front of the watch. So this gripe may seem a little bit petty. However, the front is where I see the time. It's cool that you can see a little bit of the movement, great. I like to see a case back. So smacking a massive rotor and logo sticker, I don't know why brands always do this, on the case back, yeah, I'm gonna complain about it. I do appreciate that they've put the limited edition number on the back of the watch, not the front. It is there because it's pretty cool to know you've got one of 500, but it's not plastered all over the front of the watch. Okay, so it was in my likes. I'm putting sizing also in my gripes because I will die on this hill. Itty bitty wrist committee member, I wish it was smaller. I wish it was, say, a 38mm piece. I think that would have been. As mentioned earlier, this is a limited edition of 500 pieces and they retail for £8,500. Is it worth it? Now, it depends on what you think is good value. Ceramic watches tend to start around about the £2,000 mark, so fully ceramic, and can venture upwards of sort of £20,000 depending on the brand. This is a very well made, very well designed piece from a solid brand. There are elements of this watch that I'm not a huge fan of, namely the bracelet, but the quality is definitely there. It is a very cool, well-loomed, well-designed stealth mode watch from a cool brand. I think there's a lot in this watch that some people are either really gonna love or really gonna hate. So not everyone's gonna love a skeletonized dial, not everyone's gonna love a full stealth mode black watch, not everyone's gonna love a fully ceramic piece, not everyone's gonna love Bell&Ross. I wanna know all of your thoughts in the comments section below. That is it, that is my Bell&Ross skeleton ceramic review done. If you have enjoyed my horological ramblings and you want to support my channel, please and thank you. Feed the algorithm gremlins, make sure you have liked, you have commented, you have subscribed to the channel, obviously. And if you do want to be notified of my upcoming videos, just click the little bell and YouTube will do its thing. Until then though,